Greetings and good day, YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. How are you doing today? I myself am pretty excited to continue where we last left off in our kingdom build. Where that was is I don't remember, in all honesty, because we were cutting down mangrove trees to make the fishing village. That's what we were doing. I didn't get nearly as much of the AFK grinding done as I wanted to get done. And I say AFK even though I'm up here and I was fishing like this. But, yeah. But yeah, so speaking of that, actually brings me up to the conversation that I wanted to talk about. This is one of the few things that that frustrates me about myself, right? For whatever reason, we just got a name tag. No, for whatever reason, OCD, ADHD, I don't know what it is that causes this, but there will come a time in a video game. Most of the time it's a single player video game where my brain will feel this satisfied feeling of, okay, you've done everything you could possibly do, even if that's not the case. Finish it. I have had this happen on several occasions. This is a story before streaming, right? So, let's go back. What year did Metal Gear Solid 4 come out? I think I'm like 99% sure I was in high school at the time. But here, hold on, I'm actually gonna... Let's see who can Google it faster, the people that have an advantage or me. Ow, oh, fucking tea spillage. God damn it! At least it spilled in the fucking... my little catch I have set up instead of all over my desk. Fucking... Frustrating. Frustrating days. Anyways, Metal Gear Solid 4 came out June 12th, 2008. Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyways. There's your hydrate. So, when was that? Like, I know it was June 12th. Don't... I'm seeing the specific day because Thursday. That's right. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. So, here's what it was. June 12th, 2008 was a Thursday. I can't remember if school was still going on. All I know is I didn't go to school on that day because I had a deal. Basically, it was like a give-take thing with my parents, wherein if I did really good at school, I could earn free days. I would very rarely use these free days, right? Like, on my birthday was a given. That wasn't one that would be used and stuff like that. And anytime my old man was like, we're going fishing. Fishing fever, man. You can't. Fishing fever is a very rare and sporadic disease that crops up at any point in time. And the only way to cure it is to go fishing at about 4 a.m. in the morning. That is what 4 a.m. stands for. Anyways, moving on. So I brought this up because I didn't go, I used that day so I could play, Metal Gear Solid 4. Now let me tell you something. When I heard about the release of Metal Gear Solid 4, and I was wanting to play it, I had a thought where I was like, oh, shit, I have all the Metal Gear, like Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3. I could play all of those. And, oh, aren't there other Metal Gear games? Let me look up information about them. And I'll, like, learn all the lore of the Metal Gear games before I before I play and beat Metal Gear Solid 4, right? That was the longest week I think I could ever remember having at that time, because what ended up happening was I had to go to sleep on Sunday into Monday to go to school, I believe. Again, it's been so long I don't remember exactly the details, but long story short, I like barely could get any sleep. I think throughout the whole week I got a total of 6 hours of sleep, and I'm like, the whole week, because I started on because school day, I started on Friday night playing the Metal Gear series, and from Friday, because of how long it took me to beat all the games leading up to 4, anyways, and all the lore and stuff like that, and I was being a smartass, and I wanted to save Metal Gear Solid 3 for the release of Metal Gear Solid 3 for the release of Metal Gear Solid 4 for whatever reason, even though I had beat it multiple times before. So here I am playing Metal Gear Solid 3, and yeah, no, I was fucking took a long. This is how I started to learn how to cheese shit, right? Because until I literally played through, beat Metal Gear Solid 3, then played through and beat Metal Gear Solid 4, I could not get any fucking sleep. But I could be playing Metal Gear Solid. I could be doing this project for school, or I could be playing Metal Gear Solid. This is why I've learned that I have to figure out cheese for video games, because if my brain ever has that, all right, we need to do this, then I need to figure out a way real fucking quickly to do that, or it's gonna fuck me up. I won't be able to get sleep. I don't know why, but it is a thing. So like, this happened with Elden Ring, right? With Elden Ring, we got to a point where I knew I had bosses that I didn't come across. I knew that I had story that I didn't pick up. Like, I missed out on quite a lot of shit, surprisingly, even though I put 150 hours into exploring that game, right? And my brain said, click, all right, you're gonna finish this. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish this. So I started using Mimic Tear way more than I had even when I had Mimic Tear. I used whatever cheese I could figure out. I would literally set it up to I would switch I would switch the setup my Mimic Tear had. So my Mimic Tear would have the most DPS, while I could kind of sit back and buff myself before going in and like wiping the floor with the boss, because 2v1, haha, now how does it feel? God, I want to play Elden Ring again and use Mimic Tear the entire time just to feel cathartic for Remnant from the Ashes. Anyways, so that's one of the things that frustrates me about that, because there are times where I want to keep experiencing a game much slower than I do, but as soon as that little alright clicks for me, that like alright thought clicks for me, I gotta satisfy that thought or it fucks me up. Right? That's one of the few things that very much I hate that feeling. But I cannot help it. And it's not like I've not tried to be like, all right, let's do something different. Let's not do that. Also, let me check that really quickly.
When it comes to citing sources.
Oh, hell yeah, Limp Bizkit? Again, can't really play that. I mean, we probably could, but I don't wanna, oh my god, we are actually calm fishing, because that's how much it frustrates me. Wow, okay, you know that's fucked up. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. After we might listen to a little bit of off the record songs. How about that? After some line of craft, we'll do that. Also, I really like this house. I like it. Yeah, that there have been times where that's happened, and that sucks because I've been on, like, there has been times where I have been working with my old man on a rooftop job or something like that for an air conditioner, and like, while I am still focused on the job and I'm still doing what needs to be done and being safe and all that, there's a part of my brain that is consistently like, hey, you could be playing video games right now. You could be doing that thing that you wanted to do. Had a lot of fish in a short span of time. Maybe that's some of the off-stream stuff that I did. But for me, it could happen at... Basically, here's how it happens. If you look at it like it's a graph, right? We have a time I've spent playing the game with a if I know, like, when is the game gonna end, right? So, like, the fact that people, I don't really care, but the fact that I knew how many chapters there were and stuff like that made that point reach ahead a lot quicker, right? And I knew about the chapters since, like, chapter 2 or chapter 3 or something like that, so I've known for a long time. Yeah, it was savage, wasn't it? Another example of what I was talking about with the thing that was fucking me up, right? This game. Why do you think I fucking added rifle? I literally added this because it was bothering me that much. It was literally bothering me that much that gunpowder is what you get from a creeper instead of creeper powder, that I had to satisfy my brain. Like, literally, this shit was starting to keep me up at night. I literally had to install a gun mod in Minecraft in order for it to satisfy that all right of my brain, right? Like, that bothered me that fucking much. So, like, yeah, I've dealt with a lot of, like, a surprising amount of bullshit during high school. Like, a fucking surprising amount of bullshit during high school. Most of which I really won't get into. True. And I'm basically gonna be distracted and just moving around and talking most of the time. Maybe we'll cut down some mangrove. Oh, cool. We got a couple of mangrove trees. Maybe we'll do that today. I'm kind of doubtful of it. I also need to find rabbits. Fucking, that stupid fucking cat, man. Hey, we got any sheep that don't belong with any other sheep? Anybody? It looks like they're all where they're supposed to be. I'm gonna kill you with the friendship of magic. And this gun I found. I fucking love that meme. Oh man, I couldn't help myself on that one. I was running by the sheep just to go by the rabbits, but I got distracted. I'm like, I could make this joke. I have to make this joke. Wheat. That was a funny clip. Oh man. I will say, it's funny because you brought up the thing about the edit. And I had to bring up how apparent it is that it's taken me a while to get in line with the edit. But May made a comment about some of the cuts that I've been making in the more, now mind you, my editing compared to that video, compared to the videos I'm working on, is a bit better. So the cuts I've noticed are a bit better as well. But it has taken me about a year's time of on and off working on edits to get to the point to where I actually really like some of the edits that I've done. What the hell are you doing out here? Whatever. But yeah, that's one of those things about whatever the fuck that compulsion is to do that thing. You know what I mean? I'm making sure that no one else has been born yet. Like we're good. So emeralds for bricks and then clay for an emerald. We can get a lot of clay if we want to. Actually, do we have a lot of clay? Oh, also. How was it doing? Clay. I was looking in my chest to see if I had any clay. Oh yeah, of course, of course. You never want to have to ban people. I was trying not to say dismiss so hard because it's become such a thing, right? Dismissing people from the kingdom. That little flavor text on that mod is wonderful. Yeah, it is. I've actually been paying attention to that kind of stuff more often in some of the streams that I visit. And there are some, like, power flaunting motherfuckers. Like, people that will start to talk in a stream that are moderator, and other people will stop talking. Like, I flat out remember one stream I was watching not too long ago, where was having a good conversation with the person, right? This was like a long while ago, and I've been thinking about this shit too. And like, then other mods showed up, and the person's like, "Ah, this person showed up. I'm out. Peace." And I start whispering them about why they did that, and turns out that the moderator is just like, if certain people, like, they literally go, "Oh, if you're in the stream in the future, I'm just gonna ban you." Like, if you stay in the stream longer, like, if I notice you're in here longer than, like, a certain amount of time, and I'm in here, I'm just gonna ban you. And I'm like, why? Well, see, it's another situation where it's not, I'm not enjoying the power aspect of things. I'm enjoying the aspect of giving somebody what they fucking deserve, because going into somebody's stream and trying to flaunt your superior mindset about how a game should be played, and because you play it that way, it's better. I fucking hate that mindset. It's like, it is a game that you are playing for the end goal of having fun, right? The end goal of playing a video game is to have fun. Of course you can do those stipulations and stuff, but the way that you have fun is different from the way another person will have fun. You absolute fucker. I love how I've went around this area twice, but I'm getting so distracted that I'm not going in here. I'm not opening the chest. And I'm not getting these balls of clay. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, whatever. I don't give a shit who you voted for. Just like, there are certain things, like if someone came in here talking about birds not being real and the earth being flat, they'll get dismissed pretty fucking quick. And I mean, people, like, there will be times where I will want people to, like, more than likely, I think they would be joking, right? But if it turns out that they're actually, like, legit about their thought, it's like, come on. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not. Here's the thing. I am a firm believer that, given enough time, anybody could beat any video game. Right? Given enough time, I believe anybody could beat any video game. The thing is, you need time to do it, right? Because a game like Dark Souls or a game like Elden Ring is difficult, not just because of the difficulty of the enemies, but also because of the mechanics inherently, right? So, like, you'll have areas where it's like, oh, a new area, open the door, fucking get hit by 2 people from the left and right side, right? So, like, they love setting up little gotchas, right? They'll put an area, like they'll put something over here, and it's like, oh, let me go get the goodie, and you'll go towards the edge, and then somebody will jump out behind you and grab you off of the edge. They set that shit up on purpose, so it almost guarantees a kill. Because they're like, oh, you're going to be so distracted by what you could potentially get from the loot, you're not going to be prepared for the jackass that's going to come out from the corner and grab you off the edge. Right? Given enough time, you're not going to be able to change my mind. Given enough time, you will be able to beat Dark Souls. Right? No matter what way you play the game. It just might take longer depending on how you play it. Like, if you asked me to play Dark Souls in a specific way, I could. I might not enjoy every way you could play it, like a speedrun. I wouldn't enjoy a speedrun of Dark Souls. I could play it any way you would, if I wanted to, of course. But, like, if you wanted me to cheese the entire experience, oh yeah, I could probably go through the entire game cheesing it, and, like, figuring out what tweaks every boss, figuring out how to get every boss to jump off the edge, or how to make it to where every boss is just like a quote-unquote cakewalk, because it's a much older game, and because it's a much older game, its code isn't exactly 100%, right? Like, there aren't enough walls to block you from getting out of bounds, but the boss will be out of bounds compared to you, and stuff like this. And I'll be honest, the way that they want you to play Dark Souls, the way that they, like, show you to play Dark Souls is... What the fuck? Is, like... How do I word this? It's almost like they tell you the incorrect way to play it, right? Mind you, like I said, you could play it any way you want. But I'm bringing this up because of the way that Bloodborne has you play, right? My first Souls experience was Bloodborne. And that was a super fucking aggressive game. Because if you took damage, there was a certain amount of time you had where you could damage enemies or the boss to get back, like, recoup some of your health. So it, like, rewards aggressiveness. I took that mindset, that aggressive mindset, into Dark Souls. And while I knew I could parry, and I had parried a couple of times, I went through a majority of that game without parrying. Not because I was good at the game, I was dying so many times, but because I was just being that aggressive that my brain was like, no, it takes too long to parry. I can get more damage in. Like, this is how my brain was working at the time. I can get more damage done if I don't even attempt to parry by just hitting them. Right? And, like, it made the game different. Right? In my experience, it was difficult. Of course. I had a harder time with some bosses, and an easier time with others, compared to some people who have a harder time with the bosses I had an easier time with, and an easier time with the bosses I had a harder time with. Yeah, exactly. And I don't like classifying it as shield cheese, right? I don't classify it as cheese because it is in the game. This is how I classify cheese in a video game, right? So you have mechanics of a video game. The fishing pole can be used to pull mobs toward you. It could also theoretically pull a mob off of the ledge. The mechanic that is in the game is pulling a mob towards you. The cheese is pulling the mob off the edge, right? Because the way that I look at it, I literally look at it like a burger or something like that. The cheese is literally something you put on top of the burger to potentially, if you like cheese, enhance the experience, or you can eat cheese. Enhance the experience, right? Because there are some people that cannot eat cheese. They make a lot of alternate dairy products nowadays, which is pretty cool. They've been having a lot more almond milk than I have in the past. Anyways, that was a weird tangent. But no, you're like you could play it with dual wield. You could play it with 2 fucking shields if you wanted to. It wouldn't as long as you're having fun. That's the end goal in my thought process and the way that I look at video games is the end goal is having fun, right? I also look at video games as being allowed for you to rage in that game, right? Because like I've said before, the screaming and shouting that I do is something that I've always done. I've just, for the most part, done it mentally instead of externally, right? I've done it internally instead of externally. But because of starting to stream, I've learned that expressing the anger that I'm feeling in my head is apparently entertaining to sadistic and bloodthirsty individuals such as yourselves, right? True. That's one of those little that all right. That's that all right. It fucking It's that all right part of the. I'm gonna call it the all right. That's all I'm gonna call it, because that's what it feels like. It feels like there's just a dude in a room that all of a sudden goes, all right, this is how things are gonna go, and then that's how things have to go, or it's like, all right, I guess I won't get any sleep tonight. And I'll be honest, there are some times where, like, I get so frustrated at some people sometimes that are just able to put down a video game. Like, I haven't beaten it, but oh well. I doubt that there very rarely do I come across a video game that makes me go, nope, I'm not gonna finish this. Like, again, the all right thing that I was talking about. When whoever it was said, I will literally pay you not to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. It doesn't matter if you desire, like, real talk, if you enjoy the show and want to tip your server, go for it. But you won't be able to pay me to not do it, because in my brain, I've already decided that at some point in the future, be it 2 weeks or 3 from now, I'm going to be playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. And then after I get done with Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, guess what else I'm going to have to play? That's fucking right. I'm going to have to play Ninja Gaiden Sigma 3. Because my brain has already decided that for me. And if I don't do that, I might as well just not fucking sleep. Because my brain will not let me get good sleep. If any. It sucks. Well, it's like, this is the thing. I'm okay with the pro individuals that aren't elitists, right? Like, difficulty is subjective, right? It's different for everybody. And it's almost one of the things that the subjectivity of difficulty is objective, if that makes any sense. Like, it doesn't matter what the game is, it's going to be difficult to somebody. So it's a weird situation where that subjectivity is objective, if that makes any sense. Oh no, I'm having fun. Oh no, it's all good. Like I said, I don't expect everybody to, now this is what's really funny. I do not expect everybody that ends up joining the kingdom to get along with everyone else. All I can request is that everyone at least has y'all respect one another, even if you can't stand one another, you know what I mean? Yeah, you leave the crap that you dislike about somebody off the table, right? And I'm kind of using a restaurant metaphor here again, big surprise. But like, you can have a nice dinner conversation with family that you can't stand. Have a nice dinner conversation with individuals of the kingdom that you might not stand, right? That's all I ask. If that can't be abided by, fucking time your asses out. But the only reason that would happen is if, like, I see an argument start to, like, feel like it's getting out of hand and I say something and the argument doesn't stop. I don't give a shit who's in the argument. If I say stop the argument, you might want to stop the fucking argument. That's something I don't fucking understand. People, listen to the fucking streamer, man. When the streamer says something, I don't give a fuck what you think or what you know. Shut the fuck up. I'm not saying this to anyone specifically, but like, I've seen so many times where a streamer will say something and some dumb fuck will say run their fucking cocksucker, then get timed out, and then come back after getting timed out and keep yapping away, and it's like, and they blame the streamer, and it's like, yeah, it's your fault for not listening to the streamer in the first place, you dumb fuck. God, I hate that. How the fuck did I get hit by you? A mile away, you jackass. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. But like, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. It's not happened here, thankfully, because if it does happen here, I'm gonna fucking go off more than I am right now. But it's just so like aggravating to like, the streamer said this. They said they're not going to do this. You know they said they're not going to do this because you asked the question and they answered you specifically. They called you out by name. So why the fuck are you still on about it? They answered you. It's over. It's done with. Anyways. Now there's a difference between answering different people though, right? You joined into me ranting about, not on this yet, but you joined me on ranting about people that, like, the streamer will answer somebody, and the person that they answered, they even call them out by name, will keep asking the same question over and over again, and it's like, take the fucking hint. Also, greetings and good day, Redneck and Zonkeef. How are you today? You've come across one of the reasons why I play Minecraft. I had a little bit of a rough day today because of work. Or the lack thereof, because people can't fucking call you to tell you, oh, maybe not today because no one's at the fucking shop. So I'm ranting and raving about fucking morons because I hate people. But yeah, that's why I play Minecraft sometimes. It's event. Today's event day. We're cutting down trees and we're bitching about idiots that exist in the universe. But yeah, I was talking about how some people will like, hey, do this, or hey, can you do this? And the streamer will go, no, 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 no. And then finally they get timed out for it. And then they come back and they're like, well, why the fuck did I get timed out, asshole? What? Yeah. I don't like that mindset, obviously. Oh, it's been a while since we had a nice rant, hasn't it? It has been a while since I fucking had one of the days that I've had today, apparently. That shit, it's like one of those things where some people might come by and they're like, oh, it's not the Twitch chatter mentality though, because I've had situations where I've asked some people not to do a thing, and they fucking listened. It's a moron. It's a moron, is what it is. It's a moron mentality. Because if I said, hey, this is my answer to that question, I highly doubt any one of you right now are gonna, you know, bring it up again. I mean, you might right now because you're being jackasses and I fucking know you all too well, right? But like, anyways. No, another thing about the mentality, the moronic mentality shit of like, I don't care if it's a game development company or anybody, but whenever somebody who wants to do a thing asks a question and then doesn't abide by that advice, it's the most apparent in game development stuff, because a lot of the time it's the most obvious to the gamers who, you know, spend hours upon hours in a video game, right? So like, do you know how fucking aggravating it will be if after all this time, after all this communication we put into to the people who've made the Cycle Frontier, if they not only don't make any changes but make the shit worse, regardless of what anybody says, will piss me off so much, because it's like, you literally have the people that play your video game telling you what's up, and you're ignoring the fucking feedback, which you explicitly asked for. You explicitly asked for this feedback, got it, and then didn't do anything with it. Mind you, this hasn't happened, but it could. Oh yeah, checking chatter logs? Oh yeah. Of course. Ban appeal streams? There will be a day in the future where I'm gonna get absolutely plastered on stream and go through ban appeals. Right? That'll definitely be an off the record stream. That'll be it ain't going up to YouTube, I don't think, or if it does, it would have to be heavily edited. Yeah, I know. I checked last. Well, there could have been one that happened today, but I doubt it. Oh, another type of person that pisses me off. The type of person that goes to other streams purposefully trying to get banned. What are they called? Like banned speedrunners? Or whatever the fuck they're called? The any percent, what? Like, any percent I get banned on this. Like, grow the fuck up. I'm in rant mode right now, so stuff that normally only like I caught like is normally just a whatever annoyance to me, I'm now just bitching about because I'm venting. Today's event day apparently. Who knew? I know. That's why it's like, what the fuck? I don't find them amusing either. I find them stupid as fuck because it's like, yeah, it's easy to get banned, you fucking moron. Oh, that's so annoying. That's kinda... Alright, I'll be right back. All right. Basically, I spilled that tea that I spilled. I had to clean it out because it was bothering me every time I pick up my teacup. This is my coaster, by the way. It's a lid to one of those popcorn things. You know what I'm talking about? Those big tin popcorn barrel things. That's what this is. That is my coaster because I'm too much of a fucking klutz to fucking have a regular coaster. Otherwise, tea would get everywhere sometimes. Like just then. Well, not just then, but a little bit ago. Yeah, true. It is fun to make fun of them. Right now, I'm just venting about it. Normally, I I do that like the okay, one of those types of laughs, right? One of those like that. But yeah, I got it. Like I said, I got to give you mad props because every time that my mindset does get like that, and I like mimic tear through the game, basically, we could metaphorically call it that. We could call it mimic tearing because that's basically what I do. And whenever I mimic tiered a boss, I didn't really feel. I felt pleased that I beat the boss, but I felt no satisfaction in the way that I beat the boss. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean? So like. I don't know how else to explain it other than how I literally just said. How I just said. I'm like so pissed off. I'm unable to speak properly because of how like much I want to vent right now. But I want the wood, not the root. Yeah. No, I completely get why you're doing what you're doing, though, right? It's that no heal is so satisfying. I don't know if I've actually no healed a boss yet, but when you go up against a boss, get absolutely rinsed. Use all your resources and then go, nah, I could do that better. And actually do it better with less resources. It's like, ooh. And then to do an actual no heal, that's awesome. Oh yeah, it's definitely slower, more methodical, especially in a video game that cheats, right? You know what's funny? Some people might have the opinion that single player games, right? You can't aimbot on single player games or whatever, or it should be fine. Yeah, you don't have to worry about the player aimbotting. You got to worry about the NPC AI that's against you for aimbotting. The fucking accuracy. Oh, I thought I broke my shares for a minute and I was about to cry, metaphorically. Like, I was about to be so sad if I did that. Anyways, that too. That is funny because there were a lot of times where I definitely used fly and swallow when I knew it would make the fight, like the challenge or whatever, that much easier. And that's the other thing too, the challenges, man. I now know why those challenges are so difficult. It's not because the enemies themselves, like it feels like you should be able to deal with a challenge pretty smoothly. Because it's only the same, like most of the time. Sometimes they'll add 1 or 2 different enemies here and there, but for the most part, it's a select number of the same enemy, right? And they only let you fight a certain amount at a certain time. The reason why it's so difficult, though, even if the enemy is something that you could deal with in an easy way, is because of the fact that the way the enemies randomly spawn in. Right, you'll be in the middle of. I figured this out. I don't think I verbalized it, but I figured this out during the time where I was cheesing that area with the one-hit kill enemies, where we just hit them once, then they would die and give us money, basically. The way they have the enemies spawn in randomly, like they do, makes it to where they stagger the arrival of the attack. And because the attack is staggered, you cannot anticipate, like their arrival's different or whatever. You can't really anticipate where the attack's going to come from. So your brain kind of starts to drift a little bit because you hear the sound of an enemy getting spawned in and you think, oh, I have to worry about that enemy. Where are they? That's one distraction, right? Well, you're in the middle of a fight too. So already your brain's working as it is. So the game, also perfect timing by the way, holy shit, I wasn't paying attention to that. That could have been bad. So the game has this moment where it is designed in a way to distract you on multiple levels to add to the difficulty as well, right? And I'm not complaining about that, that's fine. But it's something to keep in mind because I saw Morgott and I felt rage. Wow. You're very lucky. You're very lucky, dogs. Margit and Morgott. Wow. Okay, that was a surprising. Anyways, I'm pretty fucking heated right now, so this vent's probably pretty good. Apparently I needed this. What the fuck was I just talking about? And it's gone. The names of them are references to bosses that I had, or well, yeah, bosses that I had trouble with in Elden Ring, basically. And because I had trouble with those bosses the way that I did, 8 fucking hours on one of them. 8 fucking hours on one of them. That was why the stream that I did was 26 and a half fucking hours. So yeah, I felt a little bit of rage. Oh. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's good to get this shit off your chest, you know what I mean? To just bitch. Scream and shout and let it all out without actually screaming and shouting, you know? We got this calm-ass music in the background. I'm playing Minecraft, chopping down trees, and I'm just fucking going off. I love that. We've yet, there will come a time, so mark my words, there will come a time where I play a game like Elden Ring, and I will get stuck on a boss for longer than 8 hours. I think I know exactly what playthrough it's going to be and exactly what boss it's going to be now that I've said it, and I'm basically a preemptive because, yeah, I already know. So, Elden Ring is a video game. No, really? But yeah, Elden Ring is a video game where you could make the game as easy or as difficult as you want. I don't know when I'm going to get to it because my internal schedule does not have me to where I could play Elden Ring at any point. But there's a specific boss, which I'm not going to get into right now, that is extremely difficult. When I first fought the boss, I absolutely cheesed that boss to holy hell, right? I want to fight that boss 1v1. Right? I want to fight that boss 1v1, and that might take longer than 8 hours. That might be a multi-day thing. That might be like a whole week of streaming, right? After Sigma. So Sigma 2 will be up on the list in about 2 to 3 weeks. We'll be playing Sigma 2. However, this coming Friday, we're going to be doing XCOM 2 for a couple of hours. And after we do XCOM 2, we're going to be doing that sponsored stream. However well the sponsored stream does will basically determine what kind of upgrades I get for the stream. Right? So, like, I'm wanting to get a second monitor set up. And I'm hoping I'll be able to do that after the sponsor stream on Friday. And then basically it's just going to be like picking whatever game I feel like playing and playing after XCOM 2. So it's going to be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are going to be XCOM 2 to start with. The meme game. The meme game that sponsors everyone. I mean, it's not one of those, it's not a, like, I'm only doing that because I'm being a smart ass the entire time. Yeah, exactly. It's that's why I like saying it, because everyone knows. Or they assume it's that one. Because it's the meme game. It sponsors everything. Right? Play free now. The only downside is the way that it's set up is it's not like just advertise the thing. They want me to legit play the game too. And I've played Raid before. I actually loaded it up recently and I saw where I was at and I'm like, I spent a couple of hours in the game before. Like, I actually installed the game today. And I'm kind of okay with doing it this way instead of just saying like all the talking points, because of the way, like, this is a lot more my style, right? It's a lot more just play the game and talk about it, right? And the whole thing is like new accounts, people that like haven't installed the game before, and or people that haven't reached the milestone in the past, right? It's wanting people to reach level 12. People that reach level 15 get a couple of extra rewards and stuff like that. And then people that reach level 25, I think that just benefits me more at the end of the day. So it's basically like, hey, do you like the streamer? Yeah? Okay, thanks for getting to level 12. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually enjoy. Maybe they've changed the game enough to where it's actually a good mobile game and not just shut up and give us your money. No. I have a whole thing I want to do for it, Zonkeep. I appreciate that. But I'm not gonna do the whole because I don't have those talking points. I was looking at the thing and it doesn't tell me I have to talk about it like that. Hell, we could probably literally just play the game and not say a word about the game itself and still get done and still hit the marks on the sponsor stream, right? That's not what I want to do though. I want to actually play the game, and I want to use some of those talking points in some of the conversation points we have, right? Like, I want to put your fucking money where your mouth is, game, right? I did get amused though, because I came across a thread when I was looking into the raid stuff. I came across a thread where people were talking about how much respect they lost for the sellouts that accept Raid Shadow Legends sponsors. People don't understand what sellout means, right? I've never once talked about how much I hate Raid Shadow Legends. I've talked about how I played it a long time ago for a little bit, and I was like, I don't know if I like find enjoyment in it, but I never once said, oh, I hate that game. A sellout would be somebody who says, I fucking despise this video game. And then in the next breath, okay, I'm doing a sponsored stream of that game. That's a sellout, right? Like, people don't understand what sellout is anymore. Oh, gotcha. No, not play your account. No, I meant, like, when you said that, I thought, you know how, whenever you see the sponsor ad for YouTube videos, it's like, play now, the champions, and this, and, like, all these different points they always have to hit, right? That's what I thought you were talking about. Yeah. And I mean, I'm being upfront with this shit. Anytime I should, like, I want to be allowed to be able to be upfront with people about what I'm doing. And one of the things I want to be upfront about is any sponsors that I decide to do and why I decided to do them. This one, legitimately, I want to get a couple of upgrades for the stream. But yeah, I wouldn't let people do that anyways. I'm big on, like, if it's my account, it's my account. I always find that weird. I can't explain it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I want a second monitor and why I'm doing this. Yeah, exactly. Well, pissed off, maybe it did piss them off. I don't like using that term because I think it just frustrated some of them. But, like, there might be some days where I will flat out be like, you know what? No, I'm not feeling this game today. And just be like, I'm not, I'll just play a different game. Like, I won't announce it in advance. That hasn't really happened yet, to my knowledge. It was funny. It was funny. Like, nobody, like, it's not like people came by that were pissed off and started cussing me out for playing a different game, right? That would have actually pissed me off. Right? But no, they were upfront about it, like, yeah, I was kind of frustrated. Oh well. Basically is how it felt to me. Yeah. I mean, I'm in a little bit of an exaggerated mood right now. I'm in a very flamboyant mood, let's say, because I'm just this was good. I needed this. I appreciate you being there, being my therapist. Let's go back. Let's fucking go full circle on that joke, right? Sorry about that. Yeah. I will admit, a lot of the time, I do have that tendency to focus on one weapon specifically and then just use that weapon. And again, I do blame Dead Space for that, right? Because Dead Space was one of the few games where, like, I learned you could just do one weapon and get through a game because there was an achievement for it, right? And if there's an achievement for it, then that means it's possible. And if it's possible, then I could go through all the games with only one weapon. Which, while is true, it makes the experience a whole hell of a lot different and possibly even more difficult, right? Mind you, I did switch weapon occasionally, and I didn't use the staff at all, which sucks. The wooden sword I didn't really use much. I primarily used the sword, the dual swords, the two-handed longsword, and the bladed nunchuck things, the flails. Yep. God, that would be so annoying to do it too, because not being able to switch a weapon in that game means that you're gonna have to figure out different ways to deal with different situations. And that's what it is. Again, this is why I talk about the subjective objectivity of a game. I don't think I said that exactly right, but basically, while difficulty is subjective, it is an objective standpoint that all games have difficulty, no matter what that game is. I know I said that a couple of times, but I can't help but repeat myself because it's like, it kind of bears repeating. Because, like, a game can be as easy or as difficult as it is because of how a person deals with that game or deals with problems in real life. Like, people might not realize it, but how they deal with anything in life can reflect on how they deal with things in video games. I don't have any wheat, do I? We need to organize our inventory a bit. Yeah, the AI does 100% cheat, that's for sure. Oh yeah, let's scream and shout and let it all out. I don't say that just because of the song. I say that because it's good to get to, like, release the demons of your soul, right? I thought that was a fucking pair of cherries for some reason. I was like, ooh, cherries. I like cherries. Oh no, I always love highlighting the bullshit of a video game. And I'm still waiting for that time where I talk about the bullshit of a video game and somebody, I want this so bad. I literally pray for the moment that I'm bitching about a video game like Dark Souls and I'm complaining about the bullshit and somebody comes by and says the magic words of, "This isn't bullshit, you're just bad. Please do it. Please, some fucking moron elitist do that one day. I beg of ye." But I want it in mine. You know what I mean? I want to be able to say it. I want to be able to look them in the eyes, even though they're fucking cowards that aren't going to stay around, and say, you're a fucking idiot because of this. And for them to hear it and understand that they're an idiot. Yeah. I mean, I'll feel that satisfaction of being like, oh, winner, chicken dinner. We have our first moron of the evening. Your grand prize? An all expenses paid trip to hell. Get banned, bitch. Right? Like, I'll be able to type that out, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same. Yeah. How long have I been? I have been talking for about an hour, by the way. That is, it's, oh my god. Like, ooh, that fucking grab. And, the instantaneous grabs in that game, man. Oh my god. Like, there is no, like, there are so many games that have grabs that are like, alright, maybe we're just getting spoiled. Maybe we as gamers are getting spoiled with modern games because, oh my god, nowadays it feels like comparing something like a modern fighting game or a modern hack and slash to something like Ninja Gaiden Sigma. It's like fucking the enemies telegraph their grabs till the heat death of the universe compared to Ninja Gaiden. Like, holy shit. I would at least like real talk, it would be nice to have some fucking type of a warning. Some type of, hey, I'm gonna grab you. Not, gotcha, bitch! Like, there is no fucking... You have to predict, oh, I'm too close. The boss is going to try and grab me. I better move away before they do. Like, at that point, it's not even the enemy that you're going after, it's the AI. And I know, shut up, I know it's the same damn thing if you really break it down. It's the AI that controls the enemy. But, like, the code, right? You're fighting the code more than you are the enemy in front of you, if that makes any sense. Because, like, oh, if enemy this close must do grab. Yeah. I will say, I wonder how colored my experience of ODT has been, because it's been, I've talked about it a lot, and I've, like, definitely hyped up that game, but I really wonder how much of that game is gonna piss me off to where I scream and shout and let it all out, right? Because it has been a long time till I sat down and, like, legitimately played through a significant portion of that game. I played it a little bit on stream one time, but I didn't have the settings right, I guess, and it was just a stuttery mess. True. And I did rage a little bit at Metal Gear Solid now that I'm thinking about it. Hold on, wait a minute. I did get a little bit ragey at Metal Gear Solid now that I'm thinking about it, didn't I? Man, and like I said, I'm not, like, it's not something new. It's something I always used to do, but when I would rage, it would be something that I would think instead of say, right? Like, I would think, oh, this is fucking bullshit. I can't believe that this is fucking allowed in the video game. But now, because it's better to be like, fuck you, you bastard, to the video game, instead of going, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, you get, and the worst part is there are some entities that have a grab that's very similar animation. It's not the same, but it's very similar to a regular attack. So like you see they move and you go to block, and then all of a sudden you're getting fucking chokeholded by a fucking, I almost said yokai, a fiend. Fiend, yokai, fucking demon, daemon. What else do we got? What else on the demon list do we have? Ghoul? Ghoul is more of a zombie type thing. I know ghouls aren't zombies, it's just like them. They're similar. It's kind of like how you can compare and contrast certain games even though they're nothing alike. Yeah, I'm kind of speechless about how you're going at these games, because you're gonna I mean, I definitely understand ripping the band-aid off, because that's basically what you're doing. You're taking all the games that you despise with a passion, and you're getting them done with like, it makes me almost speechless, in all honesty, because that is a level of commitment that I don't know if I would be able to put into, like, that is a lot of, man, I hate this game, might as well get it over with, though, in one setting. I definitely get it, but it's so surprising, and I give mad props for it. And the reason it's so surprising is because, from my personal perspective, right, I'm the type of person that would want to deal with it slowly over time, hilariously enough, like, all right, I'm done, I can take a little bit of a break, take a breather, awesome, we'll be able to deal with the other bullshit another week or something like that. And you're like, nah, fuck it, fucking fire everything, But yeah, kind of a little bit of a veer, because I kind of want to go back talking about the Cycle Frontier. There is a part of me that is quite excited to see what's going to be coming out of the Cycle Frontier for this next season, right? For Season 3. There's another part of me that's so pissed off because of this playtest that they had us go through recently, which wasn't a playtest. What are these called? Barrels? Barrels. Barrel. Like, it's basically a sneak peek. It was basically a sneak peek at Season 3 without all of Season 3. Because in the thing that they say with their playtest, they specifically say that we're showing you the things that we want to test. There are some things that they're saying there are some things in our back pocket that we have hidden. Fucking why? The only reasonable excuse I could come up with as why they did that is because legitimately what they're showing us is all they currently have for Season 3. So they're trying to be like, yeah, no, we're good with Season 3. We have it done. We just want to test things out. I pray that I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong, in all honesty. But holy shit, it's like, why would you hide things? No, like I said, it's everyone's perspective is different, right? And how I would deal with things is different from how you would deal with things. I give you mad props regardless of going through video games that you hate, because that is a thing that I would find difficult for myself to do. Oh man, tired today. We might only go for another half hour, to an hour in this game and then switch over to Ace Combat 5. It might be a short one today, or shorter than it has been lately. Woke up, I think I am legitimately on 3 hours of sleep right now. I mean, I would need a microscope. This one you can measure with a fucking ruler, at least, right? I don't even think I have a microscope. Would you look at that? We do have one. We do have a microscope. Also, fun fact. That's awesome. Calcium growth or whatever the hell it's called on a battery. Actually, the battery itself is probably fucking like that's what's in a fucking battery. What? But yeah, no, we got one. We got a microscope. I'm actually kind of surprised. That's gonna be. I'm gonna put this in the prop pile. So anytime I need a microscope prop, we have one. Oh shit. I forgot about that thing till just now. Honestly. Yeah, Ace Combat 5 after this. I'm actually liking playing Ace Combat 5 on Monday. You know? I don't, like, at some point in the future when we get done with my current schedule, I don't know when, but we're gonna start routing Ace Combat 5 for speedrunning. Like, I don't know when, but at some point I do want to try and get beat the current speedrun time, which I think is just under 3 hours. And I think I can do it. Obviously, I have to learn menuing and routing and stuff like that for it. And it'll be the first time I've ever speed ran a game. But that, and I will say it'll probably be after I play through Ace Combat 7. Which, I don't think it's on sale anymore. Today's the 6th, right? Yeah, I don't think it's on sale anymore. But I did mention earlier how it was on sale. Funny, fucking, it is amazing how things tend to work out sometimes. Start playing Ace Combat 5, Ace Combat 7 goes on sale. What the fuck was I just doing? Wood. I still can't, again, but remember that alright thing I was telling you about? That's what the speedrunning thing happened, and I will, there will be, I haven't gotten to the, right now, I know I'm going to do it, right? And it's one of those things that I know I'm going to do, so I'm not freaking out about it. Otherwise, if I was freaking out about it, I would be fucking speedrunning next week. Because if it was bothering me, right? It's not bothering me because I know at some point when I'm done with my current mental schedule of games, I am going to start to speedrun Ace Combat 5. I mean, it's not that I'm easily influenced. It's that it's a combination of I'm influenced in the right ways at the right time, right? Also, hilarious enough, I'm supposed to be influencer, and my chat's the influencer in this situation. I fucking... Anyways, it's one of those things where there are games I will not speedrun. It will be a very cold day in hell before you can convince me to speedrun Ninja Gaiden, right? Like, nah. I enjoy my sanity, thank you. I'm so jumbled right now. I don't even know what head turn you're talking about. And what I was like, I could, and it's gone. If I did have a thought, it's gone. Like, that's how fucking gone my brain is. And it's gone. I don't know. I guess we could just fuck around for a little bit. I'm trying to think of what I need, like, oh, wood. I literally fucking... How big is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 by 11. Okay, that's pretty good. I was gonna say big, but I built bigger. What's the gap? 5. And it's in that way, so in over here. 1, 2, 4, 5. That made me jump. I made myself jump with the... Okay, I scared myself by shooting a gun in the game. Awesome. Lovely. No, now you're just projecting, right? I was gonna say something along the lines of like, no, I said my thought, right? I'm supposed to be influencer, but you're all influencing me to do stuff like play games. That's what it is. I'm supposed to be the influencer that influences you all to play video games, but it's the opposite effect. You're influencing me to play games. That's what it was. Thank you for bringing this thought back to me, Logical Beast, and not putting any other thoughts in my head whatsoever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what other we got any tinfoil hat thoughts? Not conspiracy theorist thoughts, tinfoil hat thoughts. Now that's a complete difference, right? Which might confuse some people. What's the difference between a tinfoil thought and a conspiracy theory? A tinfoil thought is therapy is useless because all therapists want is your money. They don't want to actually help you. That's a tinfoil thought. A conspiracy theory is the lizard people are really running this planet, right? That's a conspiracy theory. If there are lizard people that are running this planet, man, they suck. They need to get rid of the lizard people that are running this planet and give me like, I don't know, fucking lizard. No, hold on. Get rid of the lizard people that are running this and give me spider people or something. They might be able to do a better job. Let Advent run this bitch. God, yes. Take me to your leader. Where do I sign up for the anal probing? I tried so hard to keep a straight face. Oh my god, I tried so fucking hard to keep a straight face. Listen, fucking 3 hours of sleep. Who the fuck knows what I'm gonna say? Cause I don't. Uh. Who did the first BDSM? Like, who was the first person in history to be like, yes, we're going to tie ourselves up and screw, and we're gonna call that... What the fuck does BDSM stand for? Anyways, tinfoil thought hats. That's like conspiracy theories. Some of my favorite conspiracy theories to laugh at. Birds are a government creation to spy on us. They put nanomachines in the vaccines. Not just that vaccine, all vaccines. They put nanomachines in. And it's a shame that none of these people have played Metal Gear. Because if they have, oh boy, would they probably go off the deep end if they played Metal Gear. Alright? And the reason that they think that they put nanomachines in the vaccine was to spy on us. Spy on us. Spy on us. And yet they're saying this information through Twitter on their phone. Alright? Alright. And my other favorite thought, my other favorite conspiracy theory is that the Earth is flat. Oh. I thought it was an acronym for like an actual like you know how NASA's an acronym for the space shit, and how like the FBI is an acronym for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I always thought that like BDSM was short for like an actual term. Yeah, it's a weird one. Then again, BDSM could be quantified as being weird, right? Technically, it's not, and I'm not gonna say, I'm saying this because I'm saying this in quotation marks, it's not normal, which I disagree with that thought process, because if it's, normality is another matter of subjectivity, right? Normality is only common. Things are classified as normal if everybody does them. So like, you could break it down and you could classify anything as weird if like, imagine if BDSM was normal and like, I don't know, fucking missionary was weird. Like, oh, you get down and dirty and missionary? You're weird. You know what I mean? What the fuck is this conversation right now? Anyways. The people who don't watch these streams, just because I'm playing Minecraft, are missing out. Like, the people that only show up for specific games miss out on shit like this. If you did a thing where you asked 100 people conversations you think people Minecraft streamers would have, not a single fucking person would probably say BDSM as a topic of conversation for a Minecraft stream. I mean, this is on the record stuff. Off the record stuff is more like React Andying, listening to DMCA music that I'll have to cut out of a VOD or not be able to put into a highlight. Stuff like that, right? It's off the record stuff is more of like me, like it's a benefit of the live watchers. It's a reason, like, I enjoy the individuals who watch YouTube. Everyone say, hi YouTube, how you doing? How are you enjoying this conversation so far? I hope you're enjoying it. What the fuck was I doing in Minecraft, YouTube? Ah, that's right, thanks. Anyways, I like to have a system set into place to where the people who are watching live will never feel that they could get the same experience if they watch a YouTube video. Now, that might not be wholly fair to only YouTube watchers or people that cannot make it out to the streams, but it's something that again, it's that alright thought. It's that thought of the mandatory thought of like, I kind of have to have something like this set up because it makes sense to me to have this be this way, right? I mean, we could, but it's one of those weird ones where, like, I mean, we do talk about it a lot. I think if we did make a command, the command would have to be a little bit more generic in that it would talk about less on the record and more the off the record stuff. Like, off record is reacting stuff, off record is, I don't know how you would word it, but well, I hope I'm helping even marginally in that endeavor, honestly. But yeah, no, I'm actually thinking about it in a legitimate way now because wait, how high is the roof to be? I'm thinking about it as a legitimate command now because it is a thing that we've talked about a couple of times now. And okay, so it's 4 high. It's one of those things where we do have a lot of moments off the record, off stream I call it almost, but it's on stream. It's just not recorded for VOD, not VOD watchers. It's not recorded in quotation marks for highlight or YouTube watchers, right? Because eventually the VOD will go away after 60 days because of Amazon Prime. 1, 2, 3 up here. That's the roof. Wait, no, it has to go like this. I was gonna say, oh man, my voice is getting shot already. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Don't cough when you have a mouthful of tea. Note to self. Try and jot that down, future me, you fucking moron. Fuck you. I know what you're saying right now, future me. I'm insane. I really am. Sanity's boring, though. Anyways. I mean, the best part is if I never see this and this goes to May or something like that in the future, right? I'm kind of doubtful of that, but it makes it even better because it's just going to be me literally talking to no one instead of myself. Because at least with this me bitching at me, oh god, you want to talk about timeline fuckery? That is an edit that I might do in the future if I really, really wanted to. Make it to where, like, I take snippets of me talking to myself, actually talking to myself. True, story games. That's understandable, though, because story games have, like, a line. They have a path, right? And I understand that completely. But it's weird. I'm kind of glad, like, this is going to sound so weird, but I'm kind of really glad that May prefers story-based games. Because I really prefer this kind of stuff. Like, because this kind of stuff, when it's a story, I am second guessing some of the edits that I make for the story stuff. Because it's like, is this relevant or not? For this, it's like, is it funny or not? Because it's a combination, it's a story thing, it's a combination of relevancy for the story, relevancy for the game, and relevancy for the humor. With online stuff, yeah, there could be a story thing, but as we've seen from shit like this, the story, a lot of it is like very optional, right? So like, hell, even a Dark Souls game can technically be classified as this because story in Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3 is there. But if you really want to learn the story, you gotta dig deep and like read the item lore and stuff like that. I mean, Master Ninja difficulty, after playing through that game like I did, I doubt I would do it. Could I change my tune in the future? Maybe. I doubt it. I had a hell of a fun time with it for sure. And I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of an experience Sigma 2 and 3 gives us. Right? I want, like, it actually has made me curious because of how many people have seemed to complain about 3. Like, I'm so excited to play it, not because I'm excited to play the game, well, I am, but I'm excited to see why it's so bad in people's opinions. Yeah. That kind of sucks. I mean, the weapons are definitely fun. Unfortunately, like I said, it's one of those things where, like, if I probably would have tried out the staff a little bit, maybe. Maybe I'll do like staff runs and stuff in the future. I don't know how Ninja Gaiden New Game works, like New Game Plus or whatever they call it. I don't know how that would work. We'll have to try and test out something like that in the future. Maybe. We'll see. Let me get through the other games first. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I got very hard unlocked. I looked at the camera and I said, no, go fuck yourself. Not right now, at least. Ugh. I mean, it's one of those things where I am not the person. Very rarely can I play a game twice in a row. I legitimately tried it. I ended up calling it a victory lap for Elden Ring, but I legitimately tried to do New Game Plus right after I beat it. And it's not because, like, oh, it's too easy, New Game Plus, or whatever bullshit like that. No, it was legitimately because, like, I've already done it so soon that it just felt like... It felt like a victory lap, and then I was like, you know, let's just call it a victory lap. Let's get revenge on those two, and then call it a day. And, oh, that was so cathartic. Like... Yeah, very cathartic. Hey, greetings and good day, Ray. How are you doing today? You'll be happy to know next week is going to be back on track for XCOM 2. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we'll be playing XCOM 2 for the 4 to 6 hours that we normally play it. Friday will probably be a mandatory 4 hours. Like, after 4 hours, no matter what, I'll find a way to wrap up. Right? And, like, if we get a situation where it's like, we just did a mission and there's a couple minutes left before 4, we'll probably just bullshit till 4 hours have passed. And then we'll move on over to the sponsored stream. I do find it interesting that the ADS actually is the button press. Doesn't take away the button press. Yeah, it'll be, I mean, you could. It's one of those things where, because, like, I didn't even think about that. We could have changed that. Oh, that was a my bad moment. That was a derp moment on my part, because realizing it now, good on you for thinking of it before me, but I never would have thought to change that. For the future, I will definitely think to change that though, because changing it now, we could do it and it will have some use, but we could have had that command changed since the start of this of Friday, when I figured out, yeah, no, I want to do this. So that was a dirt moment on my part. That's something we'll have to keep in the future in mind if we do other sponsored streams that I plan out or whatever. We'll have to be like, hey. Yep, definitely a derp on my part. I love how I've been doing this for almost 4 years and I still am learning. It feels like streaming is an ever-learning experience, right? Like, oh man. You learn new shit every single day. I just noticed that this is how we hold the gun. Crazy. There's a couple that have gender bending in the anime. The only one that I could think of off the top of my head is the one with the water and the redhead. This red-headed swordsman. Cold water makes them turn into a female. Warm water makes them turn back into a male, I think. I've never seen it, but it's one I've been interested to see the concept of. The 24th actually sounds perfect. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, the 24th sounds perfect, actually. Yeah, okay. So Friday, we could do Friday of the 24th, which is not this coming Friday, not next, but the Friday after. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 days from after today. 18 and a half days, basically. And we'll be playing Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. April 13th is a Thursday. I will be streaming on Thursday of April 13th because that is birthday day. So I figured might as well get a couple of hours in the game. What I'm gonna play, I have no fucking idea. It's whatever I feel like playing, and I'm gonna play it all day, basically. But yeah, normally I don't go. That'll be the first time I've gone live outside of my schedule. Right? So I have not streamed on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday since I got done with the 1-year challenge. Did I put the 1-year challenge into the archive yet, or no? I know I put a lot of the squad commands in the archive. Have any of you all looked through the entirety of the archived commands? Just taking a glance at how the setup is yet? There's one that I'm really amused that I did. Like, I don't know if everyone else will find it funny, but I find it too hilarious. Hey, listen. You're both getting blamed for that one. May was at very least an accessory. An accessory to a murder most foul. I'm getting a little slap happy. A little slap happy. Because I might find that way too funny compared to other people. But whatever. Wow, you know it's bad when I looked over and I go, what the fuck is a microscope doing to my right? Be right back. I'm gonna actually put this microscope up somewhere else. Ugh.
On the loop. On the loop. On the loop. On the loop. On the loop.
Oh. So yeah, I talked about it a little bit earlier today, but I use this comforter, like a thing you put on a Google comforter. I don't fucking know how to explain it. Anyways, oh no, yeah, that was. Anyways. Oh, the comforter, right? It's green, so the chair will like be green screened out. So anytime I get up, you don't see the chair. But it's in rough shape, right? It's starting to get ripped up, and I was like, fuck it. So I sewed it today, and made like a little seat type thing. Like you can slip it on to the back so it doesn't move around and stuff like that as I get up and back down to my thing. But yeah, I thought you'd get a kick out of the gun down in the street thing. I can't help. I mean, this is older than 10 years. At this point, this is probably 15 years old. No joke. I cannot help it. If it's to the point to where like it's getting roughed up, I can sew that shit, man. You know. I actually think there was one stream I did a while back. It was a random. I think I even have it up on my YouTube. An hour long of me sewing my pants, just to do it. It is nice keeping this stuff though, and it's like it's not hurting anything, you know. Anyways, well, yeah, no, if I put it, it's kind of where I can get to it if I need it, but I highly doubt I'm gonna need a microscope prop of all things. You never know though. I'm trying to think what we can do for a couple more minutes. We might just wrap up with Minecraft, because I'm thinking about what I could possibly do, and all I can think to do is either get more mangrove wood, which kind of can't really do because of our shears needing mended. Do I have unbreaking on them? We do. Unbreaking 2 and unbreaking 3. Can we get better unbreaking? We have level 29. So actually, I lied. We can get some more librarians going. So let's do that. Let's get some more librarians going. I think I just... Hold on. Alright, there we go. Yep. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that all 4 of them? That's all 4 of them. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. All right. Man, these are some very diligent librarians. Can you guys stop being librarians for 2 seconds and fuck? Yeah. A lot of that game's bosses really do feel like they decide whether or not they work with you sometimes. Like, there have been some fights I've gotten into where it's like that boss is not working with me at all and just obliterating me. And I fucking, the rage and the hatred and the anger. So I was like, thank you for like kind of reconfirming that thought I had. Pretty much. God, it feels, ugh. Do you have any other fucking attack? Like, it was literally just the thrust slash grab, thrust slash grab, thrust slash grab. Fuck. Maybe I should put some doors down. More beds. And what's really funny is I'm thinking about it, and like, outside of, yeah, I think a lot of the attack, like, there wasn't a lot of unique attacks with some of the Neo fights, I'm realizing. Like, once you learned a boss, you basically had that boss's stuff down. Oh, that's kind of annoying to realize that now. Like, yeah, once you got to a certain phase of a certain boss or had to deal with a certain boss in a certain state, you just know their attacks. Okay, this is the part where they do this. This is when they do that. Yeah, if you, like, they... That fucking ray gun is annoying. I still say that is one of the most things that, like, that threw me for such a loop. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because the first couple of chapters are like, all right, and then they hit you with that, and it's like, oh, alrighty then. That made it worth it just in of itself. Oh yeah, no, it's a lot of the time older games seem to have this tendency to make the first weapon you start with the strongest weapon overall, right? There's a lot of older games that have a tendency to do that type of stuff. And I think a lot of the reason is because in order to... Now, mind you, you could use any weapon in a way that would classify it as being broken, right? Like, if you use any of the weapons right, you can be like, oh, this weapon's broken because of this, right? At least in my opinion about things. But I think a lot of the reason why, for the casual player, the first weapon is that way is because of the fact that the developers, I think, don't want to make the weapons you can pick up be too strong, so they accidentally make them weaker than the main weapon you get, right? It is and plus the weapon upgrades actually, like, there are a lot of video games nowadays that when you upgrade a weapon it just changes the stats. Ninja Gaiden actually changes the look of the weapon. You know? So, like, it feels like one of those moments wherein you've actually upgraded. New moves as well. You're not wrong. You do get new moves. That's something that I miss from in modern gaming, right? Like, I kind of wish modern games had that more. Doors. I was going to get doors. Because, like, while it is alright to pick up a sword, upgrade that sword, and that sword does more damage, it's disappointing when the look stays exactly the same. Like, it doesn't look... Like, it feels like the weapon got upgraded, but it doesn't look like the weapon got upgraded. Now, mind you, some people can consider that being, like, a nitpick, but... It's a nitpick I'm willing to make, because at the end of the day, there are a lot of games that allow you to upgrade your equipment. Oh, here's what I should have said. I should have said first, oh, the reason people would call that a nitpick is because, oh, what, you want them to, not put as much time or effort into... like, designing the game. Well, for a lot of those games where you can upgrade the gear without the look changing, the game in of itself is not that good. So the least they could do is make the weapon look different, right? To make up for the fact that the gameplay is not as good. I still have so much, again, this is from my perspective, and this is why I'm saying this, because, like, for me, video games are designed to have fun, right? Like, when you play a video game, you're supposed to, well, maybe not all video games. Some video games are designed in such a way to invoke feelings of terror and stuff like that, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is, it always surprises me how much stock people put in graphics, right? No matter how good the game is in of itself, if the graphics are like this, people won't give it a chance. Now, I'm okay with that, of course, but it's one of those things where, like, I think a lot of people miss out on so many interesting experiences for video games just because the graphics, they classify the graphics as being bad. Now, like I said, I'm okay with it, of course, and to each their own. But man, like, people, you know, missing out on, like, I know games like this aren't your cup of tea, but for example, you could classify the graphics of Ninja Gaiden not being good, and some people wouldn't touch Ninja Gaiden just because of the way that it looks, right? And I dislike that. Because it's a good game. It's, I mean, like, of course, it has its moments of problems, but it's fun, right? And of course, I bitch and bemoan about the bosses, but that's like, give me any video game with a boss and let it kill me a couple of times, and I'll start the bitch. Fucking tired, man. Stop yawning. True. For me, I can, like, early on in a video game that's meant to be a horror game, I will feel feelings of fear, right? But once my brain starts to realize what the code is making the enemies do, that fear slowly turns from fear to anger. So, like, I played through Alien Isolation, and, like, the first day and a half, maybe 2 days, I was like tense and like, oh shit. But after I played it for a while and I started to realize how the code was making the enemies or the blocks, whatever you want to call them, how the code made the NPCs and stuff work, when I started to realize that, I started to get less scared feeling and more anger feeling, because it didn't become something to avoid. Certain things became just a hurdle, right? Just a stopgap, just a thing to prevent you from beating the game. And I know if you really break it down, you can kind of equate that to a lot of things in video games. It just sucks that it feels like when you break down a lot of different types of genres of games, they're mostly the same across the board. Obviously, there are some stark differences here and there, but like, and it's gone. The last thing I remember saying is stark differences across the board. What the fuck was I even talking about? Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. So like, I started to feel less fear and stuff like that. There have been games that have allowed me to keep that sense of tension throughout. Dead Space is one of them. It's why I keep calling it one of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror games of all time. It's less of a horror, I guess, and more of like a thriller or whatever. Thriller, I'm more into. Evil Within, Dead Space, stuff. Doors. Fucking Doors, man. Anyways. But I like that. It's not that I don't like that feeling. I do enjoy that feeling of fear and strong emotions and stuff in a game. But there does come a time in some video games, if it's not well done, like in my experience and from my opinion, Alien Isolation didn't feel like it was well done for a multitude of reasons. Would I recommend it? If it was on sale, hell yeah. Like if it didn't cost full like a release price or whatever, yeah, I'd recommend it. Would I recommend it if it was like a full $60 or whatever? Fuck no. What do we doors. Birch, doors. Doubt I need 31, but there we go. True, horror games are really stealth action with a terror aspect. Actually not wrong, now that you say that way. You may have completely changed how I look at your horror games in the future. May have completely changed how I look at horror games in the future. Because of that comment right there. Oh shit. I have to play Alien Isolation again now. Not now, but... All right. Wait, what? That's okay, Yuri. That's a thing that you don't. That's a, you don't ask people that question, right? Because don't ask that question expecting an answer either, because that's like people don't like to talk about that kind of information, right? Or it's a like it's just a thing you don't ask, right? Do these like do librarians not fuck? I mean, they don't want to test me. They really don't, because I will obliterate every single one of those things, no matter if it resets them all to 0 or not. Yeah, exactly. That's like the how much, the job thingy? Yeah, okay. But the how much, that's like a don't ask question. There we go. Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Like I said, I just not a thing that I'm mad about. It's just one of those things. I know, right? You literally had to take away the job. They were too far apart. So these two are screwing while this one watches. All right, interesting. Have a kid already, damn it. They might need to have a bed nearby. No, the kids and the baby animals in this game come from basically a statement that reads whether or not they've been fed. And if they've been fed the food that they require, they'll have a heart. If they have a heart within a certain amount of time and they're close enough to another animal that has a heart, they slam into each other until Babby is formed. Well, they should have their own bed. Whatever. Let's make a bunch of beds and see if it'll work. One of my favorite One of my favorite things is how the stereotypical how baby is formed conversation. Because there are definitely a lot of babies that are formed and the people involved either do not know the individual or they absolutely hate the individual. Because when a mommy and a daddy love each other, not always. Not always. I love how I literally started to do that. I literally started to do the birds and the bees conversation. Okay. That's a little what the fuck? That's a little bit, what are we talking about now? No, I mean, it's not a race to challenge each other with the limits that they could push. That is a losing game. Nobody wins that one. Odd question. I have an answer, possibly? What do you mean? Oh no, the TOS is fine. Like, that doesn't break TOS. With some of the comments that I've read in Twitch chatters say, that's about par for the course for 90% of streams. Basically, the way that the command works is how Logical B said it. It's one of those, you place in the command and then you place in anything after that command if it has the right syntax, and it will pull that into the dialogue or whatever the word is. Yeah, you can't be spaces, so you can use underscores. Underscores signify spaces. Need more bread? What the fuck are you doing? Get in the goddamn sleep room, idiot. Why? Why? Coward. I mean, oh, for making a command. Now, mind you, I'm okay with any command. This is something that I have to say just to say for blanket stuff. It's got to abide by the TOS, right? And you can make whatever command as long as it abides by the TOS, but keep in mind the command relevancy will decide whether or not it sticks around for a lengthy amount of time, right? Because, like, if the command's not being used and it's just there, I have to make room for other future commands, because I'm pretty sure there's a limit on how many commands we can get. I mean, I don't know if the command will... This is actually a good test. So if you're gonna try and fill the dialogue box up with words, would that fuck the command up? Because there's a text limit that Twitch can do, right? That is a question. That is a question. All right. A little bit longer than I intended, but we're gonna get a thing of bread. I'm gonna see if I can get these damn villagers to have some kids. Like, I don't know why they're not wanting to. I'm pretty sure like, worst case scenario, I can just throw some beds anywhere, right? Like, we can just... I'm using this as temporary storage stuff. So we could just, like, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, put the bread down here, put this in there, put that there. This over here, put this here, put that there. That there. No, we need this for the beds. This there. You can just throw down beds everywhere. Right? Yeah. The syntax thing is the money sign parenthesis symbol or whatever it's called. To use a parenthesis. Oh, nope, never mind. Step away for 2 seconds and then they start having kids. Of course. Of course. Of course it's when I step away. I'm doing this wrong. Are you trying to make a command? Are you trying to make a command, or are you trying to use a command? Make. Alright. So it would be exclamation point command add. Just follow Logical Beast. Logical Beast knows it better than I do at this point, because the way that I make command is I literally go to Stream Elements and make the command. Yeah, you need another exclamation point for the command itself. That's what it is. Okay. Well, we've pretty much finished one of the goals that I wanted to finish. Let's place these lecterns. And then we'll do the wrap-up spiel for YouTube and Twitch highlight watchers. And then get ready to switch over to Ace Combat 5. It's all good. Ugh. Next time we play this, we're probably going to keep doing what I've been doing, just doing whatever. Like cutting down mangrove trees and stuff like that. Anyways. We got a lot more done than I thought we would. Not so much on the trees, more so on the expanding of the kingdom itself. We're getting there. We need to finish the wall, of course, and that's going to take a lot of work because I definitely want to make it look good, as well as quote-unquote function. We also need to place in a couple of gates. We need to place a gate over there. I need to do a lot of lighting for a lot of other stuff, but I'll worry about that later down the line when it becomes more relevant. Currently, all we're really going to be worried about is getting the kingdom fight set up with people. Like, we need to put blacksmiths over here, and we get fishing villagers and stuff like that set up, but I'll worry about doing that later. So I have had a good time. I hope you have as well. For those of you that are new here, if you haven't already, be sure to become a citizen today via subscribing to this channel as well as my main channel. Links should be down in the description below through all my links if you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, all my links if you're watching on YouTube in the description below. Exclamation point links like so if you're watching the Twitch highlight. Or if you're watching through Twitch, be it the VOD highlight or live. It is through there that you can catch me on all of my associated sites, be it the aforementioned Twitch. Be sure to follow me on Twitch. Catch me when I go live at 6 p.m. EST, Friday through Monday. An invite link to the community Discord where you can always get the most accurate notifications of whenever I do go live. If I'm going to be a little bit late or early to stream outside of a half hour, or as long as I know I'm going to be late. As well as where you can go to communicate with other citizens of the kingdom. Whatever else catches your fancy through all my links. And until next time, take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.